Hello, hi. How are you all? Today we are going to discuss evaporation and factor affecting evaporation. Your first chapter, matter in our surrounding. So before I start this chapter, I want to ask you something. Tell me, uh, you think the leaves of a plant get dry quickly in these cases? First, put it inside a room with all window closed. Second, it is muggy and it going to rain. And third, strong sunlight shines on it. And fourth, the plant is under a sea bridge. So you can see that I have ticked this last 2 points. Strong sunlight shines on it and the plant in under a sea bridge. Okay, so you know that the plant leaf can dry under these two conditions. The upper two condition, the plant leaf will not dry up. Which phenomena occur in this? Which phenomena occur in this? That is, that is evaporation. How does the formation of snow or rain affect the temperature of air? Tell me. How does the formation of snow or rain affect the temperature of air? So the answer is given a bit cooler than it would be. So today we will start the phenomena which is responsible for the cooling, as well as we are surrounded by so many things in which this phenomena is used, that is evaporation. So what do you mean by evaporation? We are using this word evaporate, evaporation. So the liquid can change to vapor at temperature below the boiling point is known as evaporation. I'm using the word below boiling point because at the boiling point, that phenomena, the conversion of a liquid into a gas, is known as vaporization. That is called boiling. But evaporation doesn't occur at boiling point. It occurs at below boiling point. For example, if we talk about drying your hairs, so you are boiling your hairs to dry it? No, na. What you are doing? Drying your clothes. What you are doing? You are boil your cloth for drying? No. You keep your cloth in sunlight, you keep your cloth in a windy space, you keep your cloth under a fan so your cloth get dry. Okay. So the liquid changes to vapor at temperature below the boiling point is called evaporation. We know at during evaporation the liquid changes into gas. The liquid state changes into vapor state, that is called evaporation. Liquid changes to vapor. We are using water generally, so water liquid change into water vapor, that's why this is known as evaporation. Okay, a liquid changing into vapor is said to be evaporation. Okay, and this is called evaporating process, evaporation. Now in the evaporation, we know that evaporation is a spontaneous process. What do you mean by spontaneous? What is the meaning of spontaneous? Spontaneous means which occur by its own. Nothing is required. Self. Okay. So spontaneous, we know evaporation doesn't require any extra effort done by you. It is a spontaneous process. So in the evaporation, we know liquid state changes into vapor state. So a liquid convert into vapor state spontaneously means the escape of high energy molecule from liquid surface into vapor surface is called evaporation. The word using high energy. So liquid convert into vapor. We know that vapor state has high energy. The kinetic energy of the vapor molecule, gas molecule, is higher than the liquid molecule. So if we talk about the energy, kinetic energy of liquid molecule is less than the vapor molecule. The vapor molecule have high kinetic energy than the liquid molecule. So whenever the liquid particle gets high kinetic energy, they will convert into vapor state. Simple. Okay. When the liquid state gets, the molecule of liquid state gets high kinetic energy, they will convert into vapor state. Okay, how will they get this high kinetic energy? Okay, all the molecule will get or not? Yeah, this question arises in your mind. So, the evaporation is a surface phenomena. What is the surface? Surface is the boundary from which anything separated by the surrounding, that is called surface. Okay, so when we are talking about a liquid kept in a container, the all the three side, as you can see in this picture, all the three side is covered with the container, but the upper portion is uh, not touched by the container. The upper portion is vacant, or we can say the air is present upper portion of the liquid, that is the liquid surface. The separation of liquid and the gas is called liquid surface. So the gas particle have high kinetic energy, we know that, and liquid particle has low kinetic energy. Okay, then the gas state. So when the gaseous molecules strike on the surface of liquid, they transfer their kinetic energy to the liquid particle. But are the all particle get kinetic energy? No, the all particle will not get kinetic energy. Only the surface particle, which actually collide with the particle of gas, they take the energy, kinetic energy from the gas particle, and they get high kinetic energy. And when they have enough kinetic energy that they can leave the space, in that case they leave the surface of the liquid. So this phenomena is spontaneous process but very slow process. Evaporation is a slow process because the air molecule will collide, then only the particle get enough energy, then only they will leave the space. Okay, now what about the molecule present in the lower side of this liquid? As you can see in the lower side of liquid, the more force of attraction, you can see the picture here, you can see this picture, the particle which is present in the downward has more force of attraction and equal force of attraction in all the side. But the particle present in the upper layer, the upper picture is showing the upper layer, they have the less force of attraction. We can say that unequal force of attraction as compared to the lower one, and the air particle can strike, collide on the upper surface only. So the upper particle only they get kinetic energy, not the lower particle. First layer will remove after evaporation, then second, then third. Slowly all the liquid will evaporate. Okay, and only the fast moving particle they leave the space of surface. Okay, evaporation is the escape of fast moving particle from the surface of a liquid. Okay, only the fast moving particle. Different particle have different velocity. Okay, some have high kinetic energy, some have low kinetic energy. If we talk about the liquid, the bulk of the liquid has almost equal kinetic energy, but the upper surface, the particle present at the upper surface, they can get high kinetic energy when the air particle collide with them. And finally, when they get enough kinetic energy, they are able to leave the space, they are able to leave the surface, and they leave the surface and the liquid get evaporate. So no need to boil it, no need to provide energy to this phenomena. Okay, so this phenomena occur at below boiling point. Okay, the fast moving particle have high kinetic energy near the surface mass gap, show molecule left behind, average kinetic energy of the remaining molecule decreases, temperature of liquid decreases, and cooling effect occurs. Now what does it mean? So we know that when the evaporation occur, it affects cooling. How? Now I am taking some example, like suppose you have some perfume alcohol, like recently you are using the like hand sanitizer in which you are using alcohol mostly. So when alcohol you are put in your palm, what happened with your palm? you feel a little cooling effect. Okay, when a perfume or alcohol you put in your palm, you feel little cooling. Why? Because the surface molecule absorb heat. Okay, the uh, alcohol, whatever put in your palm, it take heat from your palm and it take high kinetic energy. When it take heat convert into kinetic energy and they get evaporated, and during evaporation the heat of your palm is decreases and finally you feel cooling effect. Okay, because gas particle escape out into the gas, or whenever you are talking about the water also, when you take a little amount of water in your palm, after the evaporation of water again you get you feel little cooling effect. Okay, so the cooling effect is the phenomena that is done by evaporation. Okay, now what is the difference between the evaporation and boiling? Evaporation occurs at any temperature, but boiling occurs at definite boiling point. Evaporation occurs at surface only, boiling occurs at the bulk of the liquid. All the molecule of the liquid, when you are start boiling it, when you start heating it, all the molecule get enough kinetic energy and they start vaporizing. Okay, so whoever is present in the surface, they get vaporize first, then the lower one, but all the molecule have enough kinetic energy. But in case of evaporation, only the surface particle have enough kinetic energy, so the surface particle get evaporate only, not the all particle. Okay, in case of evaporation there is no bubble formation. You see when the liquid boils, there is a bumping of the liquid surface, the bubbles form during the boiling, but in case of evaporation you never seen this bubble formation. There is no bumping on the surface of liquid. Evaporation occur very slowly, so liquid get evaporate very slowly. But in the case of boiling, it depend on the heat provided to the container, heat provided to the water, so the rate of boiling depend on that. Okay, evaporation doesn't require any latent heat, but boiling required a latent heat. Okay, evaporation required a heat, but that is not known as a latent heat. Evaporation get heat from the surrounding, and during this the surrounding become cool because the liquid particle takes the heat of the surrounding. But in case of boiling, we need to provide heat, and when the liquid particle have enough kinetic energy, enough heat, that they overcome the interparticle force of attraction and they are able to break the bond and able to convert into gas. So that hidden heat is known as latent heat, as we have discussed earlier in my previous video. So I'm not discussing about this. Now coming to the cooling effect, so we have learned this acetone and ether. One more example of cooling effect I'm taking, that is sweating. You know, when you are playing, so sweat come out of the pores, evaporate, thus taking energy away from the skin. After sweating, you know that when the sweat evaporate, your skin become cool. When you touch your skin, it is slightly cooler than the previous. Okay, so what happened in that case? Actually, the sweat come out from your pores and the sweat, that liquid, take heat from your skin and get evaporated, and when it taking heat energy from your skin, you feel cool. Simple. Okay, so what is happening in this phenomena? Surface molecule absorb heat increase kinetic energy of the molecule of liquid, overcome force of attraction, escape out into gas, water vapor, decrease the kinetic energy remaining molecule and cause cooling. One more example of evaporation I am taking, like when you are taking a bath, when you are taking a bath inside a bathroom or a swimming pool, whenever you come out in the wet condition and there is a wind, you feel little cooler than the previous condition. So what happened in that case? That case also there is evaporation process. So the liquid which takes heat from your body and the surrounding your body become cool, that is also the effect of evaporation. So that is known as latent heat of evaporation, not vaporization. Okay, cooling effect of evaporation, there is one more effect. Okay, now tell me, whenever you are sitting in a hot humid day, that is a hot humid day, means a rainy season, simple सी बात है, a rainy season. So in the rainy season, if the temperature is high but still the air has lots of moisture there and you are just you are sweating, so in that case also do you feel cooling effect? There's cooling or not? No, there's no cooling occur. Why? Because the atmosphere have enough water molecule, and when the when the sweat it gets energy to get evaporate, it will get evaporate, but at the same time the water vapor present in the atmosphere it accumulate on the surface of your body, so the rate of evaporation will slow and there is no cooling effect. We'll discuss this in detail. Now one more example of cooling effect of evaporation, that is cotton fabric. You know your parents are saying that wear cotton cloth in the summer. Okay, cotton is cooler than the synthetic clothes. So what is the reason behind it? All the Indian are using cotton before the British come. So cotton is the Indian production. So why the cotton fabric is preferred in the summer? Actually cotton fabric it absorbs sweat very easily. Okay, and if the cotton fabric absorb sweat very easily, so the evaporation rate, okay, from the cloth, evaporation occur from the surface of cloth will also easy, and when the sweat is evaporating, in that case it takes heat from your cloth, your body, so it cause cooling and you feel comfortable. Okay, is one more example, like in a hot dry day desert cooler cools better. This question come in your exam also. In a hot dry day desert cooler cools better. So in a hot dry day there is a less amount of vapor in the air. So when you are using the desert cooler, what is the phenomena behind the desert cooler? Desert cooler contain the water and the air blow the water in the room, and that water droplet takes heat from your surrounding of the room, it get evaporated, and when it get evaporated heat of your room decreases and your room become cool, so the desert cooler cools better. Okay, in a hot or dry day there is a less amount of moisture present in the air, so the evaporation is the rate of evaporation is also high. And you know the when we are using cooler we use always our room should be ventilated, means there is a escape of vapor also. If you are using a cooler in a closed room, packed room, there is a humid condition occurred in the room, so because the if the cooler is you are using cooler in a closed room, so whatever the water droplet get evaporate, the moisture will accumulated in the air present in that room. There is no escape of vapor, so the rate of evaporation becomes slow, and finally it will not go does effective cooling. So in a hot or dry day, the desert cooler cools better. Now some example of cooling effect is also that caused by evaporation, like sprinkling of water on floor, on roof. Okay, I do this um, when you are wiping your floor. So after some time, when you on your fan, after some time you feel that the floor is become cool, the full floor becomes cool, because the water droplet take heat from the floor, and during this taking of heat, removal of heat, energy decreases and the floor become cool. Okay, so now I'm using the term so many time. In a humid day, the rate of evaporation decreases, rate of evaporation is slow. So what are the factors which affect the rate of evaporation actually? Okay, so before I discuss the factor affecting rate of evaporation, we need to discuss few things, like point to consider. What is the evaporation process? Actually, the evaporation process in which the fast moving particle of the surface of liquid, they become evaporated, they convert into vapor. The second thing, while slow moving particle in vapor stick back to the liquid. And third, the rate of evaporation drying up is a balanced between the rate of escape and rate of return. Like the air contain also H2O molecule, we know that, we have discussed lot many time. H2O molecule are present in the air. You are recently releasing H2O molecule with carbon dioxide, so the air has H2O molecule. So when the evaporation occur, at the same time there may be accumulation of water is there. Okay, for example, when you keep a cold bottle, a bottle that just removed from a fridge, you keep it at any place, you see water droplet collected over the surface of that liquid bottle. From where that water comes? Okay, that water come from the atmosphere. Atmosphere contain the H2O, water molecule. Okay, so if the rate of evaporation means the speed of evaporation. If the material get evaporated, and rate of evaporation and rate of the return of the molecule, rate of accumulation of the water molecule, okay, they are same. In that case, there is no effect of evaporation. But if evaporation is high and accumulation is slow, then the evaporation may be effect. But or it depend on how much difference uh, is there in between the evaporation, rate of evaporation, and rate of return. Okay, so these are the things. So which factor can be affect the evaporation? First of all, we are talking about the temperature. If we're talking about the temperature, like tell me, just imagine the condition. Suppose you are drying your cloth inside a room. You are drying a cloth inside a room, but the fan is on. You are drying your cloth in a windy space. And the fourth condition, you drying your cloth in a windy space where the sunlight is coming completely. So I think the last condition, where the sunlight is coming completely and there is a windy space, the wind is coming completely, there is a aerated space, so in that condition your cloth will evaporate very easily. In case of a closed room, in case of a closed room, there is no wind, no sunlight, your cloth will take much more time to dry. For example, in the rainy season, when you are drying your cloth in the inside the room, it will take much more time. When you are drying your clothes inside a room and the fan is on, so again it will take less time as compared to the without fan. Okay, so there is a role of temperature, there is a role of wind molecule. What is the role of temperature? Actually, the temperature is related to the kinetic energy. So when the temperature increases, the kinetic energy of the particle as well as the air increases. So when the air particle collide to the surface of liquid, they exchange much more kinetic energy and the material will evaporate fast. Okay, for example, you are using the hair dryer. So some hair dryer blow air only, and some hair dryer blow air with the heat, the hot air they blow. So the air blower, we can say hair dryer, which blow air with the heat, get it work more effectively than a normal blower. Okay, because the heat, due to heat, the kinetic energy of molecule increases very much. Now coming to the next surface area, and assume another condition. Suppose you have one glass of water and you keep the one glass of water in the glass. Second, the same one glass of water you shift it to a open vessel like a plate. And third, one glass of water you keep in a glass and you cover it. Okay, the first condition, when you compare the open container, like open container and open glass, the water get evaporate in the plate mostly. Why? Because in the plate the surface of water, the surface area of water is high, so the rate of collision of the air particle is high, so the rate of evaporation is also high. So if the rate of evaporation is high, the evaporation occurs fastly as compared to the glass. So you know, as compared to the glass, the water kept in a open vessel or in a plate can evaporate fastly. Now the third condition, when you keep a one glass of water and cover it, in that case there is no evaporation. Okay, because whatever the molecule evaporated, it will again accumulate on the surface of liquid and again settle down. There is no evaporation occurs. Okay, now the next condition is humidity. I'm using this term so many times: humidity. If the air contain humidity, rate of evaporation decreases. The simple thing, if the air contain much more amount of water molecule, in that case the rate of evaporation and rate of accumulation become equal. So whatever amount of water evaporating, at the same time the water present in the air will accumulate. So there is no evaporation, effective evaporation occur, and you cannot see the evaporation process there, because the level of water will not decrease or it will decrease. So the process is very slow. You cannot observe that there is a evaporation occur or not. Okay, so the humidity decrease the rate of evaporation, temperature increase the rate of evaporation, surface area the increases, rate of evaporation increases. But when the humidity increases, rate of evaporation decreases. Now coming to the next, wind speed. I have told you, when the cloth kept under the windy space, it will dry fast as compared to the cloth kept in a closed room, okay, or inside the room, because the wind particle, obviously the wind particle, the breeze particle have high kinetic energy as compared to the air present inside your room. Okay, the wind speed is high, the wind particle have high kinetic energy. Okay, they have high speed. So if they have high speed, when they collide with the surface of liquid, they gives more kinetic energy to the surface particle. So the surface particle get evaporated very fast as compared to the water kept inside a room. Okay, so we can say that the wind speed or movement of air increase the rate of evaporation. Okay, so this is all the chapter evaporation, in which we have discussed what is evaporation, the difference between evaporation and boiling point, and the factor affecting the rate of evaporation, and the application of evaporation. The evaporation cause cooling, and we have learned few application of evaporation. So this is all your chapter. Thank you. Bye bye.